As always, I'm so nervous to start because I always don't understand if everything's going well or not. So if someone is here, I see the chat. Yeah, I see the chat. If somebody is here, please let me know if the sound is okay, because I attached my microphone. I'm doing it in another room and on a different device for the first time, so I just now installed the software, so it might be problematic. Привет, привет. Do you hear me, or am I all silent again? Vasily, привет. How is it possible that you are always here when it's prepared in advance, when it's unexpected? Right now, some people are always here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi from Miami. Hi from Colorado. Привет. Привет. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know about the sound. I'm a bit early, so let's wait a couple of minutes before maybe more people can join, because I sent a link to Telegram and I sent a link to Instagram, so hopefully more people will join us today. So I see 50 people here so far. It's not going to be a reading. I just realized that I actually have Apple Pencil, and I have been possessing it for years, and I never use it. So a lot of people were asking for grammar videos, to study grammar, to give more grammar explanations. So what I thought was, how about first we do this normal reading in Russian, and then we use the very same book, but we look at it in terms of grammar. So you see I did the split screen here. So on the left, I'm going to scroll my SHMYAK book, and I'll be able to write here. Look, some like ass wanted to draw a heart, ended up drawing a butt. Yeah, it's a heart. So I'll be able to draw here, and I'll be able to write, to highlight, and we'll be able to speak about specific grammatical aspects of the Russian language. And it is way better than giving some random grammatical lessons, because here we see it in a context. The context boosts us to the completely different level. When you see the language in real situation, surrounded by some story, it is way more effective to try and understand some grammatical aspects of it. So if you like this idea, don't forget to press like under this video, so I will look later. And if you have any ideas about it, feel free to write in the comments under the video, not in the chat, but in the comments under the video, so they stay there. Out of breath already. We haven't even started and I'm already out of breath. Okay, so today is more like experimental, so we will see how it goes, and if we can improve something next time, we are going to improve. So page 1, we start with котенок шмяк. Котенок шмяк. When you see this ёнок, you understand that it's someone small. So the big cat is кот, Кот. Oh, okay, I already see. Let's do it like that. Move it a little bit. So кот is a big cat. And if this кот has a baby, we just add ёнок, and it becomes кот, котенок. The same way it would work with other animals. Not all of them. There are exceptions like собака, щенок. Completely different word. But there will be ягненок, жеребенок, even humans, ребенок. So yeah, котенок means a kitten, baby cat. So шмяк is котенок. If we look at this verb, шагал, we see the ending l. When you see the ending l, there are several things it indicates. First of all, the infinitive шагать, шагать. Remember I told you that t indicates the infinitive. It means that this is how you will see this verb in a dictionary. Шагать means to walk. It's literally the synonym of идти or ходить. Ходить. To walk. Шагать. Шагать. To walk. So what does this indicate? This. L. If you know, by the way, you can talk in the chat. That would be really cool and interactive. So, l indicates the past tense. I hope you remember that if we replace this t with l, it becomes past tense. Думать, думал. Ходить, ходил. Like to drink, пить, пил. If we want to make it feminine, we would simply add a, la, шагала. But шмяк, he is a boy, so we use the masculine form, шагал. Then we have the word school, and here comes the case. Here comes the first case. В школу, в школу. This is where a lot of confusion happens. A lot of confusion. Let's get rid of this part. And I really want to talk about cases a little bit. So you remember that v means in usually, and we used it in prepositional case. In the box, в коробке, or in Russia, в России. So that was used with prepositional. However, sometimes there are situations when we are going somewhere, when we are moving somewhere, when there is some destination at the end. So we would use the same preposition, but it will be accusative case. So like here, в школу. I hope you remember the endings of the accusative case. The original word was школа, школа, школа. But to make it accusative, we replace the ending with u. В школу, в школу. So you can see this very same v, however it depends. Is it already inside or is it just moving there, moving to school? Another example, let's take what, Москва. Do you see how I'm writing? Москва. This is the capital of Russia. Everybody knows it. Moskva, wonderful. God, I can't write properly. Wonderful city. So if we use prepositional, it would be в Москве. So it means in Moscow. In Moscow. For example, A lot of people live in Moscow. Много жителей в Москве. So they're already inside Moscow. They're living there. Or the weather is fine in Moscow. Погода хорошая в Москве. So it's in Moscow. Prepositional case. But let's imagine you are sitting somewhere in the United States or in Brazil or somewhere, I don't know, in Europe, in Iran, I don't know, anywhere. And you're thinking, I want to go to Moscow. In English, it's simple. In Moscow, to Moscow. Like, what's the problem? However, in Russian, that would be confusing. And here, we would use accusative case, destination. I want to go to Moscow. I'm not there yet. I just want to go there. So here we see the ending U. The ending U. В Москву. В Москву. That's why here SHMYAK is going to school. He's not in school yet. Yeah, he's not at school yet. He's just walking there. Accusative case. В школу. Его, this here, его, it's a possessive pronoun. His tail, его. Here, pronunciation. G here would sound like V. Don't forget, его. So his tail, here we have, you already know that from this previous verb, past tense, masculine. Дрожал. It was shaking. The tail was shaken. So L, past tense, masculine. Then we have genitive. This preposition от. Let's get rid of everything. Preposition. My Russian accent pops up. So от means from originally. Usually it is used with the genitive case. So plus genitive case. This is the most difficult case. I always save it for the latest time possible. So his tail was shaken from the happy excitement. Kind of nice excitement. Радостного. So you see, we put both words in genitive case. So usually when you see this от, it means genitive. For example, от мамы, from my mom. От мамы. We change the ending to genitive. It would be a good idea to print all the grammar tables, those cases, endings tables, and just look at them occasionally, because it's very difficult to memorize the cases, endings fast. So if you have something handy, that would be good just for reference, kind of look in there, glancing at those endings. Yeah, again, pronunciation, look at this. Go, again, would sound like vo. Радостного. So several things happen here. First of all, the vowel reduction. Remember that when O is not stressed in Russian, it would turn to A. It's not specifically A. There is a gradation, like all those signs. I don't like getting that much into detail. So just not very clear, but something between O and A. Радостного. We are looking at this word now here. Радостного. So So it has nothing to do with how it's written, right? Радостного, волнения. Again, this G will pop up here. Сегодня. Сегодня. Сегодня means today. Сегодня. So today is the first day. Первый день. Первый день. So those numerals, just like in English, you don't say 1, 1. You say 1 would be first. 2 would be second. 3 would be third. Same in Russian. So 1 would be первый. 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 2, второй. Второй. So if it's about order, we use these words. Первый, второй, третий, четвертый, пятый, and so on. Okay, here, so this is the first day in the new school year. So here we have prepositional case. Prepositional case. However, what I want you to pay your attention to, you probably heard that in prepositional, the ending would be normally «е». «Е». Университет в университете. Работа на работе. So this «е». However, there are some words, there are some exceptions. And the word year, год, год, is one of them. So we don't say в годе. No, we would say it with «у». В году. В году. Also, let's take the word пол. It means floor, the place where the carpets would go. So we would say on the floor, на полу. На полу. Another exceptions would be лес, лес, forest, в лесу. So we don't say лесе, лесе, right? No. Снег, snow, в снегу, in the snow. So again, you would use у at the ending. Just a few exceptions. That's why here in this word, году, we we have у. We have у. Okay, I hope this is clear. Whoopsie doopsie. Let's get rid of everything. The next part comes шмяку. Let me highlight it. Не терпелось. This is the long sentence. Okay. So шмяку would be a dative case. Dative case. This is very confusing. And again, dative is not as simple as it seems. One of the situations when we use dative is the emotional or physical state of something. Like here, let's look at this не терпелось. Не терпелось. Maybe I should choose some different color now. Не терпелось. This не терпится means can't wait. So he's anxious, he's excited, he can't wait. But you don't translate it literally in Russian. So it's just the emotional state. And with emotional states, we would use dative case. For example, like he's excited. Ему, шмяку, this у ending, не терпится. In English, it's all usual. Shmyak is excited. Shmyak can't wait for it to happen. In Russian, it gets all complicated. This is emotional or physical state. The common expression would be холодно, like cold. I'm cold. So the personal pronoun I would turn to the dative version мне. Мне холодно. I am cold. Let's draw some snowflake here. Мне холодно. Dative case. Dative case. So Shmyak is excited to do what? We have an adverb скорее. Скорее. As soon as possible. He really wants to see his friends as soon as possible. Скорее, very fast. Увидеть, to see. We have this prefix у. Увидеть, увидеть. Своих друзей, accusative case, и учительницу. Accusative case. Why are we using accusative case after the verb to see? To see, видеть, видеть. Remember, accusative case we use when we talk about some direct objects. When we do some action and we do it to something. For example, I am taking the phone. Я беру телефон. So this phone now is the object of my actions. The phone would be in accusative case. Or I am scratching my nose. Yeah, this is the object of my actions. Again, nose would be accusative. So to see someone, it would be accusative. You are seeing me now. You're looking at me. So I am the object of your vision, right? So you are looking and I am the object of your looks, if it makes sense. So I would be in accusative case. I would be in accusative case. Same here, друзей, here, plural, friends, друзья. For example, if you want to watch the famous TV show, Friends, in Russian, you look for друзья, друзья. And учительницу, because in feminine nouns we replace the a ending and we put the u ending. Учительницу. And this is just her name. Учительницу Mrs. Puchlis. That's her name, Mrs. Puchlis. So I hope no questions here on this page. We move on to the next one. So here Shmyak is already going back. And we instantly start with cases again. После. После. После is another common preposition for the genitive case. So it is really useful if you look up some, let's say, prepositions with cases. And there will be a list of cases and the most commonly used prepositions. So it really helps to memorize things. So you will just remember that after после means after, we would use genitive case. In this situation, it's after classes. После уроков. После уроков. Уроки. Уроки. Уроки means classes. Classes. This is plural, and in genitive, we change the ending. After classes. После уроков. Here, pay attention that we don't have comma here between the time clause and the rest of the sentence. It's some English thing, some American and British and Australian and where else people speak English. So in Russian, we don't put commas after the dates, after the times, after the place. No comma. You just continue doing what you were doing. So after classes, шмяк плелся. That's an interesting verb. Плелся. It means to walk really slowly and being sluggish, usually because you are either very tired, exhausted, or you're very sad and depressed. You're feeling down, so you're not in the mood to walk all energized, right? So, плестись. Here, first of all, you see this l again, l, which indicates past tense and masculine, but more interesting is this ся, reflexive verb. That looks ugly. ся. ся. So when do we use ся? It comes from the full version себя, meaning yourself, myself, herself. So the situation when we use it, when you do something to yourself. For example, in English, you would say, wash your face. Go wash your face. In Russian, we usually say it in the version, wash yourself. Умыться. Умыться. Or like brushing hair. Расчесываться. You probably know this very common verb учиться. Учиться, to study. And it means you are getting some knowledge to yourself. So it's not obvious, but the origins of this ся at the ending, this is where they come from. So in most situations, you'll be able to translate it in English like something, something, myself, something, something, yourself. What is important, and this will boost your pronunciation to another level if you remember just this one thing. These endings, тся and тися, so the soft one, тся, and sometimes you see it like that, they both sound like ца. Ца. Don't say it like the soft version. It should be ца. Ца. Нравится. Okay? So with these things, we pronounce it like ца. Учиться, заниматься, нравится, and so on. So Шмяк was going very slowly, was walking. Плелся, slowly, depressed, walking like a slug. Домой, домой. This one is interesting. Домой, because I usually receive a lot of questions about the difference between дом, дома, домой. So, дом in general is a house. You probably know that, right? Дом is a little house. Это дом, дом. Inside the house, there can be something, like there is a kitchen inside the house. So inside would be в доме, normal prepositional case. Inside the house, there lives a cat. В доме живет кот. Now it becomes complicated with things like дома, with the stress going here. Дома. I guess you heard this, like I am home. Я дома. So what's the difference? There's like a small nuance to that. If somebody asks you, like, where are you? And you just, in general, saying, like, I'm home, meaning that you're not somewhere else. You're not at work, you're not at the university, you're not out shopping, you're at home. Here, we would say дома, дома. If somebody is asking you specifically, are you inside the building? Are you inside your house? Like, for example, you are working in your garden, I don't know, gardening outside the house, but technically you're still at home. Yeah, you're not at work. You're gardening, but you're not inside of the building. So here's the nuance. Are you inside the house, or you are just on your territory or something? В доме. As for this домой, this is the direction. So he is walking to his house. Домой. So he's going to his house. That's the main difference. So в доме, дома, домой. These are the ones you should remember. Moving on. Let's get rid of this. Moving on so it doesn't distract us. Хвост. Хвост, you already know the tail. Уныло. Уныло is sadly. Уныло. You see, it's kind of down. His tail here in the picture. Хвост уныло тянулся за ним. Dragged after him. За, again, another preposition situation. За we would usually use with instrumental. Instrumental. За ним. За ним. За ним means him. Kind of behind him. After him. За ним. Again, unfortunately, those personal pronouns is something that you will have to memorize. With the nouns, it's kind of, you memorize the endings and you change them for every single word. With personal pronouns, usually it doesn't make any sense. You should just memorize 6 of them and be good. So everything turned out to be not as much fun as he expected. So everything in Russian would be всё. It can be translated as everything or as or as all. All. Everything or all. All is good. Всё хорошо. Всё хорошо. It means everything's fine, all is good, всё хорошо. Oh my God, thank you so much for your support. First you scared me, I thought you were writing on real book. No, it's iPad. I'm not ruining and butchering my books like that. I'm very careful with them because I was a librarian in the past, and once a librarian, forever librarian. So you were quiet around the books, you cherish them, you love them. That's about me. Okay, what else? Here I wanted to show you more of genitive case. In English, very frequently you express genitive with of. For example, day of school. Day of school, like here. День школьных занятий. In Russian, remember, we don't have a lot of those prepositions that English speakers use. So we show it through cases. So very frequently, if you see this of in English, the chances are high that in Russian, it's going to be the genitive case. Genitive case. So here, the day of school classes. But in Russian, since we don't have this of, we would use genitive case. Занятий школьных. We change each and every word to make it genitive. Then we go to im, dative case. So this is really advanced. You see how we have all the cases in one passage. Им is они, they. But if you say to them, you see in English you are changing it to, right? So kind of no surprises here. In Russian you change it. So it would be им, dative case. Они turns to им, to them. So teachers assigned a homework. Домашнее задание. Домашнее задание. Here again, if you see l at some point in different variations, it can be l, it can be la, it can be lo, it can be li. We understand this is past tense, which is no surprise here. The whole book is past tense, so it's great for practicing past. So dali, past plural, past plural. They gave them the homework, which means they assigned them a homework. Okay. And then we see this da. We see this da here, but da can mean not only yes. So it's not always yes. It's not the only meaning, no. Also, it can be the synonym of e. For example, you and me. It's kind of an old school. However, it still can be used. Ты да я, you and me. So this is the synonym of and. Also, like here in this sentence, we see it as more like emotional intro. Again, it kind of means and such a difficult homework, such a terrible, complicated homework. Сложное. Сложное means difficult. So it adds emotions here. You see, we have this exclamation point at the ending. And this da adds even more emotions. And how difficult it is. Да еще какое сложное. Да еще какое сложное. Okay, very common questions. What happened? Что случилось? It's one of the phrases you should just memorize. Что случилось? What happened? Or like, what's going on? When you see someone is not okay, this is how you ask. What happened? Что случилось? Again, back to past tense, but here we see la, and it indicates the gender of who is speaking. Спросила. Remember, when we see a or ya in the endings, most of the times it will be feminine. Most of the times it will be feminine. So we have младшая, both a and ya here. Сестренка. So his little sister. Младшая сестренка, she asked. And here again, he uses dative case to us. To us. Нам. Past tense plural, they assigned. In Russian, it's very common to skip the noun. So you see from this verb, let's get rid of everything and leave only this задали. Like who assigned? If we look at this whole sentence here, we still don't see who did this. In English, it's not that common because you don't change those endings, so you wouldn't understand who are you even talking about. In Russian, because all these endings are changed, we understand that he means teachers. We have plural ending. So teachers, we don't see the word itself, but from the ending we assume that they assigned the homework to them. So задали. Then we have infinitive, придумать. Придумать means to make up some story, to create a story, to combine a story. Basically, it's the, how do you call them? Not a paper, like a writing, like a little story, how I spent my vacation. It's a little assignment for children every year in the Russian language classes. So you should compile a story about, here we have prepositional, because remember one of the usages of prepositional is about. О работе, about work, about a book, о книге. So here we use a prepositional about. I'm sorry. Here you should talk about the most interesting thing that happened to him. Again, past tense. Ответил. You see, it's past tense everywhere. Сказала, было, вздохнул, and so on. We have it all in past tense, so it's great practice. Another great practice would be to take the very same story. For example, you take this passage and you pretend that it will happen tomorrow. So you change all these endings to the future tense. It's for people who are advanced in Russian grammar already, just to practice, to keep yourself toned. So you replace it everything like tomorrow. The little sister will ask, спросит младшая сестренка, and all the verbs you change like that. Okay, let's get rid of everything. So SHMYAK can't choose. Everything seemed to be interesting and exciting. Here, let's pause here a little bit because this is very important and frequently used. Seasons like winter, spring, summer, зима, winter, весна, spring, summer would be лето, and fall or autumn would be осень. So, when you want to say in summer, in winter, in Russian, we would do it in instrumental. In instrumental case. So, in winter, it would be зимой. Весна would be весной. And летом we see here at this example in our text. This summer. Этим летом. So this summer. Этим летом. Or этой зимой. Этой весной. Why is it different? Because they're of different genders. Зима, весна и осень. By the way, it's a soft sign here. It's not о. Осень. They are feminine, and лето is neutral. So this word, it would be different for them. I know it's frustrating how different everything is in Russian, but unfortunately, this is the way. This is the way for us. So this summer, in instrumental case, SHMYAK participated, участвовал, again, past tense masculine. And then we have prepositional case. В велосипедной гонке, in the bicycle race. Don't forget that we change both words. The original one would be гонка, but we change it to ye. гонке, в гонке, in the race. So it's normal prepositional case usage here. Another frequently used expression would be this. Можно, may I. Let's write it somewhere here. May I. And it's one of those rare examples where in English you use the specific word, may I. But in Russian, this можно will be the same for everybody. May I, may you, may he, may she, doesn't matter. So this можно will stay with this o at the ending. Oops! What's going on? Come back. So it is used with dative. Можно мне, можно тебе, можно ему. So use it with dative case. The opposite of it would be the word нельзя. It's prohibited, it's off limits, no, you may not, нельзя, and both of those words we use with dative case. With dative case. Можно, нельзя. С тобой here. With you. Another expression you should just remember because it's so frequently used. With you, с тобой. Instrumental case. Again, past tense. Спросила сестренка. Feminine ending. Okay. And, okay, I don't know. We've been talking for 45 minutes and we're only on page 3. Okay. So I guess we will just pause in the middle. Okay, then he says, pay attention to the word order. Word order here is essential. Again, there is no active subject. So who is even performing the verb here? Who is doing the action? We don't know. So let's try to find the verb first. Let's try to find the verb. Берут, right? And to be exact, не берут. So what can we say about this verb if you look at it? First of all, this is a plural verb. You see this ut ending, ut. Берут. Remember this ut and ют, they are the endings for plural. Они гуляют. They are walking. They're going for a walk. Они думают. They are thinking. They are writing. Они пишут. So this ut indicates that there is somebody. And in English, it's like no one. You don't know who exactly. Just in general, like it's not allowed to go there. But who prohibited it? Nobody knows. So we just use the plural ending here. Не берут. Не берут. So some unknown. They don't take little sisters to the races. So accusative case for little girls, маленьких девочек. So we understand that they are the object of actions here. So somebody is not taking them, those little girls, to the races. На гонки. На гонки, accusative case, because it's about the direction, about the destination. Remember, we talked about it on page 1 when SHMYAK was going to school, not в школу. So here they're going there. They're not on the race yet. They're going there. They plan to go. So here it would be accusative. You see 3 different parts and 2 different cases here. So this can be really rough. This can be really rough to remember all of them. And then even more complicated, im. So who is this about? Who is this about? And this is actually about those little girls. So those little girls can never chase the big boys. So they can't race after the big guys. Ребята is in general just group of young people, not necessarily boys or girls. For example, you come to some party and you see a lot of your friends, so there are both boys and girls. You just say, hey guys, hey girls. In Russian, you can use this word, ребята, ребята, ребята. But with za, we use instrumental case. За ребятами. За ребятами. Plus instrumental. So if you do this for a while and if you start kind of noticing those patterns with the prepositions and everything, it will be easier and easier every time, because it only seems really confusing, but you see all those patterns. The ending in past tense, it's always the same. This or that preposition requires this or that case. So at the beginning, it seems very confusing, but then kind of on the way, you start to see how structured and how well thought this language actually is. So if it seems intimidating, just think of it as this large web, large systematic organism that has rules everywhere. And as soon as you realize how simple it is to just use them step by step, you will start progressing really quickly. Okay, I think it's been an hour, 15 minutes. I guess that's enough for today. I just wanted to try this. So please, when we finish now this video, in the comments, let me know your ideas, what you would improve, what you would get rid of in this video. Maybe you don't like the writing, maybe you would prefer some other colors of highlights and everything. So share some feedback with me, because I planned to do this on a regular basis, kind of just taking chunks of the text and talking about what grammar is used in this or that sentence. So if you liked it, please press like. If you didn't like this format, press dislike, so I can see the balance, what's going on, because it's important to me to understand if people like this stuff or they don't like this stuff, because otherwise it will be just a waste of time for me to sit here and just mumble grammatical stuff nobody cares about. So please, under the video, leave your opinion for me. I'll be really happy if you share. That's it for today. Thank you very much for participating. I will try to find some certain times so we don't have to just randomly pop up. I still can't decide what days to choose. So again, probably 1 week, it will be the reading in Russian, and then we talk about grammar, like today. Or maybe we'll just choose some different texts, not necessarily the same book. Maybe something more simple we will choose. We will see about that. So thank you very much. I see you all in the chat. Thank you very much for staying. And hopefully we're gonna meet now on a regular basis here. Okay, so спасибо.